Welcome back, Internet friends, and to our podcast listeners, welcome to another fine episode of Quests and Chaos. This is Children of Fear, Episode 10, Part 2. Did you wear heels to a charnel ground again? I'm just going to add again to the title.
Did you also wear...
I mean, to be fair, this is the like third time we've been in a charnel ground, and she is still wearing heeled boots.
You know what?
So,
Maybe
yes.
this. You know what, Nick? This episode is titled "Do I Have Big Buddhas?" There we go. We can, if we have two
Carry it
episodes,
over.
we can change the name for the second
there you
episode.
go. That's clever.
It'll it won't be reflected in anything but here, but that's fine. Don't forget that on Sunday, June 12th, we have the second to last Guild of the 5Es game. By popular demand, we're not going to do any more after that. There are still 2 spots left for patrons to join. Jump in the Discord.
There's one.
Oh, there's one.
There's one.
Somebody's like, maybe I'll play. I don't know.
It's a soft hole.
It's
a gentle hole.
It is a soft hole.
A very lamb's
what? No,
hole.
where's the? That's what she said. Now, come on.
Nope.
So
easy.
you can jump into the Discord and get that going. As I promised, we've got a mountain load of bits here to go through. So
Mountain lion a bit.
Thank you so much again to our friends who help these players actually make rolls. Our buddy Deadboy42, 500 bits. Happy birthday to Eugene.
That was almost epically bad.
Anyone not named Nick?
Yeah, there's 500 bits for, is it just 500? Did I misread that? It looks like it's 1,000. 500 bits, happy birthday Eugene, and then 500 bits for anyone not named Nick.
Oh.
Oh, man!
So
Darn it.
right.
We also have Deadboy42, 1,000 bits. May the llamas of fortune forever be in your favor. 500 for the team and 500 for the Ezra llama. The Ezra llama is like crotchety and spits. That's like
That's a llama.
That's the one that we skinned for the drum.
there we go. We have 500 bits from Name Brand. I guess he's caught up. That's awesome. 500 bits, George Michael, Careless Whisper Scene with Dancing Skellies. I went aha, but it was George Michael. Have I run out of the little ones? No.
You can trade out your little ones for big ones.
Oh, there we go. That's a much better answer. What did I have? 4? I don't know.
Right into my stack
Yeah,
almost.
did you mine?
And our buddy Duke Fleeg didn't say anything about Barnaby Jones, but
Does not watch TV.
well, there we go.
Oh.
Oh, he's one of those.
Doesn't watch much TV.
Oh, all right. That's the
I
save.
also do not watch much TV.
But it was the 70s. What the hell else did we have to do? TV was my babysitter.
You don't become a duke by watching TV.
Fair point. That's
You
why.
walked around like a gypsy and quarters in the 70s. That's...
We had a lot of quarters.
Oh.
My dad was a musician, and he would play gigs at places. And if it was a day gig, we would go with him. And we were cute little kids, so the bartender would be like, have a soda. And we took that to mean we can go behind the bar and make our suicides, the drink with everything
soda
in it,
yes.
and
Yes.
and the bartender's like, I don't think, because Lone Star Beer had rebus puzzles in their bottle caps in the 70s. And we were so starved for entertainment that we would dig through the big container of bottle caps looking for rebus puzzles.
Wow.
Which is why your immune system is
no hepatitis here. But our buddy Duke Fleeg he has accepted the challenge of, we love to throw down some Monday fiction. Every Monday on his author page, Frederick Hollander.
I believe so.
Yeah. Frederick Hollander, author. He drops a Monday fiction, a short story he's written about something, and we try and come up with something. We try to stump the Duke, and this time he has accepted the challenge of teenage murder babies.
Don't do it.
I look forward to where that's going. Teenage mutant
murder babies? Wait, we're teenage baby murder? What?
I mean,
teenage murder babies.
Nick, you're going to have to get on Facebook
No.
to find out.
the Word
That's
doc
okay.
will be put up. It'll just be called Rat Erotica.
Rataerotica.doc. Download that.
No, it was mouse erotica.
Mouse erotica.
M-word.
Rodent.
Should just be mouse erotica, you know.
Oh,
like
I
Gattaca.
hate that.
So go and check out. He's going to put the link in the Discord, but you should really go and check out. I read most of his stuff, and it's really fun. They're not that long, and often very inventive. I liked his noir stuff. That was fun.
Yes.
And then I think that's it for the bits right now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, when we left, I had just made Nick an offer. Eugene is trying to repair. I just realized I have to do like a recap for the podcast now. Jeez. They did a ritual. It was a whole thing. Listen to the last episode. Lost some PAL, made some bone instruments. It was great. But Eugene has, after they've all left, he is remaining at the charnel ground with the broken parts of the Melong, and he currently has his children holding the Melong together, and he is reflecting the full moon and holding up a locket that has a picture of his dead wife in it. And
Most pertinent, his bleeding hand is...
yes, and now he
onto
is
the
smearing
mirror.
his blood on the mirror because the guardian of the charnel ground, Sri Chittipati, suggested to him that blood might be the thing to fix the mirror.
That's an interesting way of suggesting.
Just say the word blood.
In increasingly ominous tones.
I do that at home. I just look at Rachel and go, donut. Donut.
What? It's just a suggestion.
Simply. She's asleep.
Blood donuts for the blood god.
That's jelly. Those are
Blood.
Donuts for the donut
Yeah,
god.
donut for the donut god. The donut god is a lot
Kittens
less.
for the kitten throne.
What did you do,
What
Ray?
kind of kitten throne are you sitting on?
Very
Is it
fuzzy
made?
one.
Is it made of? Don't sit on kittens, kids. Don't do.
They have murder claws.
Also, they're crunchy and.
Well, there's that.
Was it kittens for the kitten god and ice cream for the ice cream throne? How does it go? I forget.
I don't think sitting on an ice cream throne is much better. There go your pants, man.
I mean, it's slightly less murdery.
It's true. It's a lot more messy.
What does that have to do with ice cream or kittens? I don't understand. What are you guys
If
talking
you
about?
sit on kittens, you're going to kill
Yeah, kittens
them.
have little sharp needle claws.
Not if it's a... Wait.
Yeah, finish that sentence.
all right.
So we ended last episode a thrilling cliffhanger with me making an offer to Nick. I used every pronoun there.
Eugene.
To Eugene to whether he would like to permanently lose 1 hit point and repair the mirror permanently, or lose 5 magic points, which replenish when you rest, and repair, or the mirror will be temporarily functional.
See, yeah, I think I got this. I think this right now.
The break
is
really
fine.
helped you out.
Just use those magic points. I'm gonna push my way through, go into the mirror universe, get my wife, come back out. This is all gonna go according to plan.
That coming back out bit might be the hard one.
What? I'm sure it'll be whole for like at least a couple minutes.
Does
right?
Mirror Eugene have a goatee?
Yeah. Of course.
Of course.
Oh, does he come out?
Yeah,
while
see,
Eugene
that's
is
what I'm
inside?
wondering. Yeah,
That's
think-
what happens.
No.
And he's like nice, and everyone's like, "What's wrong with Eugene?"
Pod person.
Oh.
You know what, Tenzin? You're an alright guy.
yeah.
Oh,
We should listen to this guy.
Oh, I like that Eugene better.
Yeah. So you lose 5 magic points, and you feel a small bit of your energy infuse into the mirror.
That's my dance energy.
And earlier today, Nick had asked me if his children were male or female, and I'd said they're probably not.
No, because with the murdering, I'm just like, oh, they're boys. But then I was like, am I just assuming that? Did he actually tell me at some point? Or...
No, they seemed non-gendered, but as you put your essence into this mirror, you see one of your children like look over your shoulder, and the face is superimposed on that face of your wife trying to get out, and the locket disappears, and now this child has that daguerreotype, that like etching of your wife on its face.
On his face, in the reflection, or
No, in real life.
in real life?
And the locket is gone.
Do I have to hold the child in front of the mirror now? in
And
order
this,
to...
as you hold
What's going on?
you hold the child, and it looks at you and it says, "Gene, what have you done?"
You were trying to get out. Why? I didn't...
What have you done? Where am I?
Oh, look around. India.
What?
Is this Franklin? Is Franklin in there too?
Who's Franklin?
Oh no, I've lost Franklin. You're gonna kill me. Look, it's okay. It's okay.
No, you killed me.
No.
And like, there's a weird, very unlike your wife anger that comes through this.
That's not what happened. Do you remember?
Do I remember my own death? I wasn't the one using drugs, having drugs put in me all the time.
You were taking them. I wasn't giving them to you.
You killed me.
No. That's not what happened.
Stop trying to bring me back. I'm at peace. Why would you pull me away from this? I'm finally happy.
I saw your reflection. You were trying to get out.
You selfish bastard.
This is gonna be a worst birthday ever. He's slowly putting her down.
So as you remove the kid from the mirror, the kid looks normal and the locket is back.
Okay. Okay. Put the locket back in my pocket. Does the mirror come back apart?
Yes.
Okay, and he'll wrap it up in his jacket. And I'm looking at Franklin. Franklin's still Franklin?
Yeah?
Okay. Okay.
He looks a little confused. Make me a luck roll. All right. Was Franklin one of the ones with a mouth or not?
I think, yeah, Franklin and Edison
Okay.
had mouths.
The weird things we have to keep track of. Then Franklin just looks at you and says, "What's wrong, Father?"
Nothing. You should all go back to the hotel. We're going back now.
Okay. And they'll sort of walk behind you. The jacket is once again like.
Do you guys want to run along on your own? It's too late for the train. How are we? Are we all walking?
You're walking, yeah.
Oh, well then they'll walk behind me and I'll just keep a distance
Yeah,
from
it's
everyone else.
it'll be about an hour.
Although I do want to grab a branch of that Medusa
Juniper?
tree.
Oh, the Medusa tree. Okay,
'Cause
sure.
that was the one that was born out of.
That's right. Yeah.
That'll make a good flux.
Okay. You grab you cut off a branch of that. No problem. So you all are walking back, and Tenzin will you were all very impressive tonight, and this has given me great hope that the world can be saved and that the children of fear can be defeated.
We're getting close to having everything. That's...
We will soon travel to my homeland, which you call Tibet.
What did you call it in your time?
Fudge.
Don't bring that stuff up if you don't want me to ask.
It was...
In the future, they just call it China.
Depends on who you ask.
No, the Chinese call it China.
Yes, I'm sure
Yes.
they do.
let's see. 1,000 years ago, it was the 41st.
Tibetan.
It was the Kingdom of Guj.
Goosh.
It was in the west of the Yarlung Valley, and it was not a good time for Tibet. The last king had died, and we had enemies on all sides. But those matters of politics were beneath my and many of those of us in the monastery's spiritual standing.
Well, sure, until the troubles come to your door.
Yes, monasteries are rarely troubled in these ways. The practical wars of men, at least in my day, ignored the spiritual. Although the spiritual battles amongst various sects of Buddhism could be quite fierce.
So these rituals that we did and that we are going to do, so they seem to be coming from a lot of different, I mean, this one, we had somebody named, Sri Chittipoti, which is Hindustani, but you're from Tibet.
There are Buddhists here in India.
I see, yes. So it's spread.
But there is a parable that says that when a ship is sinking, any tool that will repair the ship is the right tool. And there are many cases of learned men sharing traditions of various faiths and rituals from different sects.
Yes, we will have to find some more time to talk about this. Very interesting. I'd like to see how that expanded.
I do think that we need to discuss Eugene.
What about him?
Well, he very nearly ended the ritual by attacking the guardians of the Charnel ground.
Oh. He attacked something. Why?
Perhaps. What were his exact words? Even though I had exhorted him to be unwavering in the face of the Watchers and told him to hold fast and all will be well, he moved forward and attacked one of the guardians.
But did he know they were guardians? I mean, you asked him to help us, and if he saw something bad... To guard us? Did he know if it was, couldn't know if it was bad or good, yes?
I suppose often, this is a good lesson for all, that often things that look dangerous are only appearing dangerous to keep you from taking action against them. Much like the moth that wishes to look like a poisonous plant.
Eugene was the guard,
Yes.
correct? So he was on the lookout for anything that might be
Right.
approaching or attacking. Maybe that's colored his point of view.
It's possible. I forget that we live in an age of aggression and violence. You live in an age. I now live in an age. Yes, perhaps I must alter the way that I give instruction. As a teacher, that is important.
How are we to know what is a good skeleton and a bad skeleton?
There are no bad skeletons.
Well, we did get attacked at the other charnel grounds.
At these charnel grounds.
Was it these ones? Yes.
Is it this
This
charnel
one.
ground?
This one.
By a skeleton?
By a skeleton that crawled up out of the ground and it had flesh and it was.
Well, if it had flesh, it was not a skeleton.
Well, it started as a skeleton.
And then it grew flesh back. It was.
Grotesque.
Don't you remember?
Was he there?
He wasn't there.
No, he was.
I thought
He had his
Yeah, he
eyes
was-
closed, but he was there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't.
was- he was-
Oh, I was searching for bones.
Right.
Well,
No, skeletons are friends to all. But what you saw was a pisacha.
oh yes, we've heard that name before.
Well, yes, we encountered them in the train.
Pisachas all bad?
Yes. Yes. If you see The Walking Dead with skin, bad. Without skin, not bad. You'll really only find skeletons in charnel grounds. And they are the holy protectors of charnel grounds.
Well, then, God willing, we won't need to deal with that again. This should be the only time we're in a charnel ground. Or at least
For
intentionally.
most of you,
Beg pardon.
nothing.
I would love to drill down on it later.
We have quite a long walk.
Yes. The pisacha, how are they made? Or do they
is-
just natural
It
curry?
is often it is a person who had a great desire in life that was not met. And this desire keeps them from moving forward on the path to enlightenment. And they do not experience rebirth. They experience unbirth.
Well, it was quite a young person, so I imagine they had things they wanted to do with their life.
You said, oh, so they're not made, they're not brought to life by men.
No. No, I know of no ritual that... What a horrifying idea. Because once someone is dead, their soul has left their body and they have moved, hopefully forward, but they have moved on to some other life. And so to pull someone back into a body is a terrifying idea that I can't imagine anyone would do.
So the ones that attacked on the train, they were not made, they just came to steal the bowls?
Yes, it could... I assume the Children of Fear have some means of controlling these pisacha.
Oh. so they don't make them, but they could give them orders.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yeah, then they could have an army of people with desires. Oof.
Well, don't you go and die.
I need a stiff drink.
I need several, I think. It has been a very odd day.
So you make it back to the hotel, and Tenzin will go to his room and fall asleep. Actually, he doesn't meditate for once. He falls asleep.
Wow.
Took a lot out of him.
Yeah. And the hotel begrudgingly opens the bar.
Just long enough to be like, bottle of vodka, bottle of brandy, bye.
Yeah. You don't have to stay up. We will take this and go.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we come back, and you're gonna get back, and you're starting to realize that it's gonna be daylight before you get back. And so
He's a slow walker.
you are a slow walker, and their little legs. And so
I'm dragging this tree branch.
And yeah, you're dragging a tree branch. And so you figure some means, you're probably not going to want to have a jacket slithering behind you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're more discreet. I'm assuming they can climb up and go through the window.
Yeah, if you want, they'll once you realize it's getting light, they'll zip ahead and they'll go in. Make me a luck roll.
Oh, yeah, I made it.
All right. You are about a third of the way through the first bottle, and you hear a tapping at the window.
Were we just drinking by ourselves?
Did you? You're Russian. That's the only.
I mean, I got the bottle of vodka for you.
Okay.
The brandy's for us. For the ladies.
I mean, I don't think I would go through a third of a bottle. That was probably.
You're Russian.
Last time we got free bowls.
So yeah, I'll go over and. Is it Eugene's children?
Yes.
And it sounds like them.
Yeah.
Open the door
All right.
and watch them come in.
Okay. You see 4. Feel free to add some details here, as I imagine them as little stick figures with kind of diamond heads that are diamond-shaped heads, all kind of wire. So there's almost musculature that runs along their arms as their sort of frame, and they have little hands that the wire has been. They're almost like those wireframe sculptures that things make.
They're angular, but it's still the same thing with the clay, where it's still a human over it. You can see kind of like veins, the wires underneath their skin and stuff like that.
Yeah. The only thing, actually, maybe their heads are like bolts or something. That might be.
I mean, no, they. I'm assuming it's the same sort of magic, where it's underneath it's. So you might see something under the skin that pushes out that looks kind of wrong, but it's still human over it, kind of mirroring what the original ones look like.
There you go. Yeah, so, and 2 of them have little faces carved on them, or
full
etched,
faces.
I guess. Yeah, full faces. So they have eyes and mouths and that sort of thing. And 2 of them just have blank.
Take a shot for each one that comes in.
And make me a sand roll.
Yeah.
Don't make a sand roll at my kids.
That's also a good episode title.
Do you want to re-roll that?
As long as you don't ration them in. I mean,
Well,
it's not good failure,
I could
right?
spend a luck and make it.
Okay.
1 luck.
That's
Oh,
precious.
I'll re-roll it.
All right.
You got it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're surprising.
That's 18.
You're surprisingly okay with this.
Mostly drunk.
It helps everything.
I mean, little dancing mice. They have nothing on this.
And then I will drink
We can do it. We can do it.
One of them has a squirrel suit on.
huge thing of water and then go to bed.
Yeah. All right. When you finally get back, Pops is like face down snoring in the bed.
Might. That would probably be the best time to like talk to my kids and figure out what happened.
Yeah. So they're in the bag. They're back in the bag.
Oh, I think we're past that.
They don't until you tell them otherwise.
Well, no, I made the little bedding area next to the bed for them.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're in their little bed.
You made
yeah.
a crib.
Aw.
Well, no, I'm not that. Don't have materials transporting.
Don't
that.
infantilize them.
Don't need to.
They're big boys.
Yay.
Tiny big boys.
Tiny
Boys,
big
aren't you?
boys.
They're like, yeah, they're in their little bed.
It's. I looked at the other ones. Did you see her? It's like she remembers some things correctly, and like it was her, wasn't it?
Father, she achieved enlightenment. She had achieved. Why do I always forget this darn word?
Nirvana?
Mosh
Mosh pit.
pit. She had achieved mosh pit.
Yeah.
Where is that? There's a glossary that has the word. There is a word for enlightenment.
Yeah, I mean, typically it's you achieve Buddha or Nirvana.
Yeah, there's a
One more word.
But well, I mean, is this she didn't achieve that, but she achieved like a step before that or something?
No, she achieved nirvana.
Oh, then just
She has stopped
Place
the
Nirvana.
cycle. It is called moksha, release. Her soul has transcended, and she does not. Coming back is pain.
But she brought each of you to life.
You brought us to life, Father.
They had explicitly told me earlier that she was the one who breathed life into them. Is that not correct?
No, we are part of her. We are part of her enlightenment. But you brought us to life. She gave us the breath of life.
I'm gonna put them on timeout if they get.
5
One of
minutes in
the-
timeout for being cryptic.
Yeah, that's.
One of them gave you Breath of the Wild.
I don't understand why she didn't remember things correctly.
Well, perhaps once you've transcended, perhaps you start to. I mean, it's release. She's letting go of everything, and having it, and probably she got defensive to be pulled back.
Well,
But all that means, Father, is you need to try harder.
no, if she's happy now.
Are you happy? We want you to be happy, Father.
I need to sleep. And I'll say goodnight and I'll give each a little kiss on the forehead. Even the horribly faceless ones.
All right.
I need to be shifting my priorities and giving them faces. That's you know what? Mirror be damned. My children are getting faces.
You still have the 4 pieces of the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put those in the bag.
Okay. All right. So you all like wake up in the evening.
Yeah. Oh, we've gone fully nocturnal. This is like grad school.
And you have a large dinner.
Oh, yes.
And Tenzin says, "Does your train go to Tibet?"
I don't know, does it?
it did.
Your English, no.
Okay. No, not all the way.
In fact, let's see who. Yeah, I'm going to say all of you can make an education roll.
35.
Whoa.
35 is a hard success.
6.
Bam.
Yeah,
Nice.
that extreme
Okay.
ultimate.
Critical.
Thank you.
Regular.
Okay.
Hard success.
All right, so everybody made it. So you all know that Tibet has essentially shut its borders. Those of you who got a hard success know that the only people it allows in are traders from the neighboring countries. With your critical success, you know that the British recently signed a treaty with Tibet that says that with special dispensation, British people can enter Tibet.
Is there anything that I know about friends of British people, as in we could all be your underlings?
I mean, you haven't read the treaty. You just heard, you
Yes.
know that there was a treaty with the
We'll have to
British
find that.
and Tibet. But in general, Tibet is trying to keep people out, and people want in. There are numerous, there have been stories for the last 5 years of explorers who essentially just sneak in and try to see what they can find. There are untold number of plants that have never been seen before, animals that no one's ever heard of, that these explorers are just rushing in. And Tibet's borders are fairly porous, so it tends to be if you get caught, you get removed from the country. If you're not someone, if you're someone that they wouldn't let in, but if you. So yeah, that's what you know about Tibet.
So we could try to get into another caravan with traders. Or we could see if they will let Britons and Associates come in.
I mean, if you have a British ID and goods to trade, would that be enough?
So no, yeah, you haven't
there's
read the
two
you
different
haven't read
things.
the treaty.
Right, no. It's two different things.
What if we have a 1,000-year-old Tibetan?
That might be a rather difficult sell.
Does he have a valid ID?
He can
Let's take him to the
speak any
DMV.
language. He knows lots of things.
Tenzin did not come down for dinner, by the way.
Well, we should check in on it then. After dinner.
Well, we do know a couple of people at this point who are relatively highly placed within the British government. We're even in good with them. So it is entirely possible that we might be able to get a letter. The special dispensation that Helen mentioned.
Well, that is a good idea.
So if we're able to get something like that, then, I mean, I can do the talking, and, I mean, as long as you'll keep your mouth shut, you look British enough.
You could teach me your accent?
No, I really couldn't.
What's your acting skill?
Oh. Wouldn't it be part of charm?
So, Strudwick?
I believe so, yes.
Strudwick. He's back in Peshawar.
Yeah, we'd have to.
So it'd be like 2 days on train back to Peshawar.
Sure.
You might be able to send a telegram.
I was thinking a telegram
Yeah.
might be more efficient, and then he can, send a letter with the train to us.
Okay, so what do you want to say in this telegram?
Our journey takes us to Tibet, and we need special dispensation to enter.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so you send that telegram off. Are you going to do anything today, or you check? Tenzin is sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, do we want to take? Do we want to take the train closer to Tibet and a larger city, or are we in the largest city?
Well, if we've sent the telegram, then we're going to want to wait for a response here, right?
Yes.
We haven't sent it yet.
Oh wait, you have it?
No,
I don't know. Do we just stay
send.
here?
I think it's not a terrible idea, especially after all of the energy we've expended over the last couple of days, to take some time to rest.
And we're in Rajgir.
Yes.
Kolkata is larger, but
Yeah, so you would probably take, let's see, the travel time from Rajgir to Tibet would be... No, not spells. Get me to the travel time section.
No, give us the spells.
Yeah. Yes, please.
All right, travel time from to Derj. So you'd take the train, Rajgir to Gangtok, India, which would take a combination of train and riding, 5 to 7 days. And then either from Gangtok to Derj would be 2 to 3 months walking or riding.
And how, in terms of supplies, how good is this city that we're in right now? Is
So
this,
Rajgir would be good. Kolkata, which you'd hit on the way to Gangtok, would be it's a giant city.
Yeah.
It's a large city. So that would probably be where you'd want to provision up.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about getting materials for faces.
But also getting provisions would be nice.
I'm just saying, this
not
is what
dying
Eugene's
over 2
thinking.
to 3
So
months.
actually, Rajgir is an artisan city. Ooh. And so you could probably find somebody who could, carve or etch.
Just tell your children to be very still and pretend to be
Only the
dolls.
best for my kids. No, I mean, there's something about Eugene doing it.
But you can also find tools to do that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I think we called that an engineering role, like a mechanical engineering role.
Yeah, that's what we did last time.
Okay.
But also, look how they look. So.
One of them will be like Picasso.
so
You did this to me, father.
It's like those weird forest spirits from Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's what I think of every time I think about these children.
Without the wind chime noises.
Franklin.
No, it's all the squeaky joints.
You should oil your children.
I give them a warm glass of oil before bed.
You need an oil can to go into the joints. Oil can.
Put it through their skin.
Okay, so we're gonna send it off here and spend a few days here.
And you can spend a few days like doing some research on Tibet
Yes.
and seeing where things are. You can also research other
I
stuff.
want to try to look at the treaty.
Okay.
I just want to take some time to see if I can
Make-
make better rolls for my faces.
All right.
See if I take it slow, if I can get a bonus dice or something.
Okay.
I want to research Children of Fear or this cycle. I
okay.
want to see if.
Oh, I hand you the book. I'll leave you where I left off.
I'm looking
where
for
the-
historical.
Well, that's a good thing. Yes.
All right. What are you going to look at, Suzanne? Susanna. Good Lord.
That's a flashback.
That's
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn.
She comes out of the trees.
With her wooden rifle.
I wonder if she protects Tibetan forests.
No, she's American.
Oh, that's right.
I think I want to help with looking at up the treaty.
Okay, in
and,
Tibet? Okay.
Tibet, and that's not my usual area of study, so I don't know anything about the country.
Let's start with you two then. So let's do some library use from both of you.
74 is a fail.
Any wounds that over this current course time will be
61
healed?
Fail.
All
right.
your luck is
I
replenished.
mean,
Sleeping restores magic.
No,
points.
but let's do some end of chapter rewards.
ooh.
So, everybody who participated in the ritual, don't know what I'm thinking on your end.
Technically.
He did help.
Everyone that participated in the ritual gets 2 luck back.
Yay.
Am I included in that?
Yes, you
Okay.
are. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I get those back.
So close to 90.
Those of you who spent POW
Yes.
gained sanity equal to the POW you lost.
Oh wow. Okay.
Everybody else gets 2, so you two get 2 sanity. Pops and Eugene. you technically defeated a creature with the destroying that skeleton. So Eugene, you gain 2 sanity for destroying that skeleton.
I
What
made the
about-
world a better place. As everyone knows, skeletons are evil.
Oh, well, did we already? No, you guys did the Pisacha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who ended up killing that?
Oh, who got the final blow?
I think it was.
It's old school D&D rules. Yeah,
the shot.
everybody involved with the Pisacha. So
Yes.
you 3, I think.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I did shoot its head
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. So you 3 each get 2 sanity back.
Now we can't go over our starting.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your max sanity is 99 minus your Cthulhu mythos.
I'm currently at 92.
Wow.
Really staying
Alarmingly stable.
terrifyingly so. I will second your re-roll on a library use roll if you'll second mine.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's re-roll some library use.
Yeah, let's use up the patron bits.
All right.
And it's the last of the patron bits.
Oh. Finally, there's a...
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that is a hard success for me.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
19.
So,
No,
yeah, so Tibet has essentially shut itself off. They don't want anybody coming in who is not either a trader from one of the neighboring countries or Tibetan. That is their solution for the what has happened. You know, they are surrounded by India that was taken over by the British, China, which is currently being carved up by 8 different nations, and Russia, and they don't want any part of it, and so they have essentially tried to shut themselves off, only because they are. It's hell to get anything going there. With a hard success, in one of the books, there are no roads in Tibet at all.
Wow.
No paved roads. There are paths, and because of the terrain, they don't use carts. Everything is essentially put on the back of a yak and taken around. And so it's very hard for military, like if anybody wanted to invade, it would be a lot of work, and mainly infantry based. And so Tibet does technically guard its border, but with a hard success, like you see, like there are like all these explorers who have gotten through, and essentially if they don't get caught, they're good. But the problem is, the most common means of traveling in Tibet is to have a caravan with animals, but the animals can't survive the whole trip, and so there are way stations where you essentially trade out your animals for new ones. But if you are not allowed in Tibet, it's hard to do that.
Sure.
The treaty, by the way,
Yes.
says that you agree that you are not a trader, so you are not going to make any trade agreements in there, and that you are not an agent of a foreign power.
Oh. I mean,
That's easy.
I can agree to those.
But you also did either get a critical? It got hard, right?
I got a hard.
Okay, with hard success, it seems like there are not a lot of English people taking advantage of this. So you don't know if they're like, they don't give it to everybody, or like the explorers. There have been a couple of English explorers who were kicked out.
Right, but did they sneak in or did they have a dispensation?
That's the question.
So I'm hoping that by getting something official, we might be able to actually like do it properly. Heavy quotes on that.
All right. So go ahead and make me a mechanical engineering roll, and
Am I able to?
sure, I'll give you a bonus die on this. You're spending a lot of time on this.
An inordinate amount of time.
Yes. Okay, that is a hard success.
Nice. All right. Yeah, the last 2, like all 4 now have very alarmingly.
Uncanny Valley.
Well, yeah, Uncanny Valley. But the weird thing is, they're all starting to look different.
Oh, good.
Like
Well, I
they
mean,
all
that's
have
the-
little individual touches that make them look. You can.
What a unibrow.
Yeah.
God.
You can tell them apart.
Oh.
But now anybody can. They're distinct enough that like anyone that wasn't driven insane by their presence.
Why would anyone be driven insane by their presence?
Who knows?
Can't imagine.
That's, yeah.
Little metal children.
They just want to help.
Now you make me a library use roll.
Okay. Nope.
So what you find?
But I will.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. I
Do
mean,
it.
it's no.
Okay.
It's better
It's
though.
better. Yeah.
So what you find is a lot of stuff that was in that one handout about the children of fear, the Tokabaya. They are the generals of Agartha, the city that is trying to overthrow everything. You don't find there's nothing historical about them because they're things of myth. Mm-hmm. Unless you're looking in like occult stuff, there's not a lot of, there's some very dry references to a story about the children of fear.
Yeah. And there's nothing that is. I mean, obviously I failed the roll, but I was looking for something that would either lean more towards Tenzen or away from Tenzen.
Yeah, everything you found is super middle of the road because,
Okay.
Again, it's like you found Webster's dictionary defines children of fear as children who cause fear, they're
Yeah.
you found the normie stuff about this.
Cool.
So that is, that's you spend 2 days kind of doing this research, and then you get a telegram back, and the telegram all the telegram says is just sneak in, everyone else does.
All right.
So, based on what Tenzin has told us, do we know what modern day border his monastery would be closest to?
I think, do we have that Tibet map here?
I don't think so.
Oh, me.
And this
Well,
is.
Yeah, so... No, did I print it out? No.
This is part
So
of-
you'll see Dirge on the map here.
Oh, it says keeper in the corner.
Well, there you go. So here's Dirge up in the far east of Tibet. Lhasa, the capital, is down south here. So Dirge is kind of up in the mountains. The plateau tends to be like the greener, open part of Tibet. So you'll come up over here and then head up this way to Dirge through the mountain pass from India.
Oh, goody. But
Yeah, and it is-
It is pretty close to that border.
Yes. Is it December now?
December or January.
Yeah. So it's cold.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah.
Yeah. We need to buy yaks.
I'll ask Tenzin, is there a particular deadline on when this ritual needs to happen?
Well, not really. It's unclear when the cycle will continue. It's close, but it's not imminent.
Can it wait maybe 4 or 5 months?
I hear there's some relics in Cancun that would help us.
It would take you 4 to 5 months to get to Cancun.
It will take us months to
Yeah.
traverse. So
Yeah,
perhaps,
you are. I mean, it's a 3-month trip to
To get to the mountain
get to
pass?
Dirge.
Ah.
Okay.
So it should be warming up by the time. It'll just be a terrible, terrible, terrible journey.
Yeah, the start of it's gonna suck. You might actually wait through the end of February, because that is the hard winter.
Yeah.
And you might not even be able to get through the mountain pass.
Right, right.
Then the other problem is if you're going to sneak in, you're going to have to not, you're not going to go in the main road.
Right.
So it sounds like we have a couple of months to.
So we should pick a place to wait at that is not too expensive, but also not horribly uncomfortable.
Well, if we wanted to go to a more metropolitan area, Kolkata is a place that we can go. I can't speak for whether it's good or not, but...
But it has more things. We might be able to...
Yeah,
It would be more expensive to stay there. We have limited resources, and it's going to be kind of hard to get jobs.
In any large city, there are the more expensive places to live, and then there are the very much less expensive places to live.
I mean, you could go up north to Darjeeling, which is, a semi-large, a semi-large city. Darjeeling would lead you right to Lhasa. There's a pass, the capital, but the capital is not the best place to sneak into the country. You could also try and, say like we'd rather not sneak in, because you definitely have a favor that you could call in with that guy.
Yeah.
So you could, you could push that.
Respond with humor us.
Yeah, I want to try to do it as honestly as possible, I think.
By lying to them.
No, we're not lying to them.
Oh, okay.
We're going in on a non-trader, non-agent of a foreign state mission. We are seeking.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
We are seeking enlightenment.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that one's gonna go over.
We're following the teachings of our friend the Tibetan monk who is here with us, who is taking us to his monastery.
We can't vouch as being a Tibetan.
He can probably vouch himself.
Perhaps we could convert to Buddhism in the next 2 months, and we will know more.
Religion and I don't get on.
We could fake converting to Buddhism and learn the.
I would learn a lot about that.
I believe it's yoga and meditation, so it should be just fine. We just.
I hope you're not saying this in front of Jensen.
I bought yoga pants.
They do wonders for your ass.
I have a live, laugh, love sign.
Yeah, I think I will send a telegram back that basically is like, I understand that, but I do want to try to do this more above board, if at all possible, and I will call in that favor.
Do we still get to buy a llama? Or a yak?
I don't want a llama. Aren't those more South America?
Well, I just thought, a yak then. We can get a yak.
We've never tried breeding llamas.
But I think
Llama.
Is that like a cross between a llama and a yarmulke?
It's a
llama and a yak.
yeah. No, it's llama in Spanglish.
I thought they were lax, but
lax.
That's an IKEA furniture.
I'm sure it is.
Oh my god.
Say any IKEA furniture name wrong and you'll say you're summoning a demon.
Okay. Well, he asks you to come to Peshawar.
Okay. We've got a couple months before we can travel that mountain
Perhaps
pass
he
anyway.
can give us some money as well. And we can, we would be a foreign agent, I suppose, at that point if we actually...
Yeah, let's not do that. Us being a multinational group and not being agents, I think is going to work a little bit more in our favor.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of money probably in a bank somewhere, and
in India, you can easily get money out of a bank.
okay.
Is it still silver dollars?
You can get silver dollars. They need a couple days for that.
Well, is the currency here still silver dollars?
No, in the Raj, it's rupees.
Oh. Do they have an exchange system?
Not really. I mean, not a legal one. You can probably find somebody who.
Well, just from
Tiger, I miss you.
so silver dollars were 2 to 1.
Yeah.
So it was 2 silver dollars for every regular dollar.
Correct. What is the exchange rate for rupees to dollars?
What's the currency?
Can we just
that Tibet
call it the
uses?
same?
Yeah,
so we
we'll
don't
call
have
it.
to-
Yeah.
Because this is the boring part.
Yeah.
So then I can pull rupees out, whatever. Basically, so let's just call them silver dollars. Everything is paid for in silver dollars.
Fine. Yeah.
Nope, sorry.
So I'm gonna pull some out of a bank.
Yeah, I mean, I still have like 300 silver dollars.
Wow.
Oh wow, you've got a lot.
Wow.
I cannot be that frivolous.
Hey, you know, father's inheritance.
Stupid debutantes.
I am.
The
not.
bank will
Fight
tell
your
you
tongue.
that in Tibet they use the tam, which is newly minted paper money.
Ooh.
That started after the Dalai Lama declared independence from China. The 13th Dalai Lama.
We're gonna want to get some of those.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see here. But the bank will tell you that paper money is really only good in the city. And, you know, in the countryside, it's all barter.
Sure.
And so, you know, yeah, well, if you talk to an outfitter, they'll probably like sell you extra animals to use as barter.
Sure. Which is something that we can do more easily if we're entering legally.
Yeah.
I need to get those squirrel suits.
Okay, where are the... All right, so what are the exact parts of this treaty? The Anglo-Tibetan Accord,
Good lord.
they won't be entering into any trade negotiations or brokering any diplomatic pacts, and that they haven't come to spy for another country or foment political unrest.
Oh, no, wait, I am here to spy on your country. Oh, sorry, my mistake.
You are a walking unrest.
So you travel back to Peshawar, and why are you going to Tibet?
All sorts of interesting stories are there, and if you want to actually get your hands into some of the mythology, you have to go back to the source.
Yes.
They're dashedly unfriendly.
Unfortunately, that tends to be the case in a lot of places where my studies lead me.
Well, I can certainly have you. What is it called? They have a special. They have a special permit that goes on your passport. Yeah, I can get the permits. Well, there is a challenge here, and that is your Russian friend. Your passport is Chinese.
Perhaps the... Hello? Perhaps I can be American.
Oh dear.
Oh, that was pretty good.
I'm not even American, and I'm mildly offended.
No, that was pretty good. That was good. I
They're
think
not
you're
letting
upset.
Americans in.
Oh,
Well,
well, they're not.
No.
Perhaps
Then
I'm from the countryside.
how? Okay.
From the countryside.
Yes, the rolling
country?
the rolling hills of the countryside.
So do we have to do English accents then?
Yeah, rolling hills.
English
of country.
accents?
No, I'm just saying. You know, is that we have to?
This
learn
is
an English
mildly offensive.
No. Well, if you say that they won't let Americans in, then what am I supposed to do?
Not go to Tibet
We would prefer not to, however,
or sneak in.
well,
I mean, look, I can get you a permit.
All right.
Because you have an English passport.
Very helpful, yes.
The permits are only good with English. It's the Anglo-Tibetan Accord. It's not the American Tibetan Accord.
Oh, no, but we thought, well, since we were with, well...
Yes, you know, being a friend of an English person is not covered in this particular contract.
I was just thinking if she was our boss, that she could get us in.
So we all have to try and petition for British citizenship. That's what I.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
what the next
boy.
several months
Are
going
there
to be.
any women to marry here who would?
What the?
No.
Oh!
No, there is not.
Is that not what made it fair?
Dimitri, with the deepest love in my heart, go fuck yourself.
I was like, Dimitri's brilliant, though. He keeps coming up with these ideas.
Look, my favor to you can get you that permit.
Certainly.
But I'm not sure. I can't get an English passport for a Russian.
No.
Sure.
I mean, perhaps you could defect, but your Chinese passport complicates that somewhat. Because you've technically already fled the Soviet Union. So you'd have to tell me why you're fleeing China.
Warlords?
Possibly.
I mean, it is definitely a country with a great deal of unrest. One could make the argument that it was no more safe for him in China than it has been in Russia.
And I'm a doctor. I can be of very useful service in England.
Well, I can check with the civil service. The other option, and of course I would have no idea how to do this,
Of course.
or even if it is in fact possible.
All right.
But it could be that there are gentlemen of ill repute who perhaps create false passports. And if there were such gentlemen, I would very much like to know so that they could be brought to justice.
Certainly, but if such gentlefolk of ill repute were to obtain such a thing for us,
Well, we would have no
Then
idea
we
where
would
to
not.
look for them.
We would not be entering legally anyway. Then we just sneak across.
That's true.
it's a little bit easier to make your way into a place where there is no trade or commerce with the kind of money that we have. I looked at the map, and just the idea of trying to get through, first off, those mountains without a good supply train, and then crossing over into a place where we don't know the language, we don't know the people, we have someone who does, but that was a long time ago. So trying to enter illegally with us might be a little bit difficult.
Well, we could just stay back while Tenzin does all the trading at the posts.
Well, he doesn't exactly have a modern passport either.
But if he comes across as a native, there's going to be people who in more rural areas that don't have any documentation.
This is the holy man, yes?
Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's any number of holy men that do not have passports.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
But if we had them, we could get through.
Just saying he could pull his weight for once.
Would you like a permit?
Yes.
All right, that I can do. I'm not sure. I can't really. I'll ask if we're accepting Russian defectors this month from China. But
And leaning into the fact that he is a very educated man. That is the sort of person that we would want, I'd imagine.
unfortunately, that's where most of the Soviet spies come from.
That's a fair
No offense, of course.
I will kill any Russian if you want me to.
Well, that's definitely a point in your favor.
Violently against the Soviets, this one.
Yes, well, very well. So it's going to take about a month
Well, that's...
for getting the permit together.
All right.
And you'll be staying in town, I assume?
Yes, I believe so.
Then would we look for the men of ill repute to? We can.
To bring them to
bring them to
justice?
justice.
Yes, bring them to justice.
Clearly.
I think it's a waste of time.
Justice is never a waste of time, young man.
No, finding those of ill repute.
Oh,
We don't
India's
have
full of them.
Or there are more in larger cities.
Well, I mean, no, where the civil service is. So here in Peshawar, in the summer, Darjeeling, the summer capital. Right now, they're mostly in New Delhi, probably, because that's the winter capital. It's dashedly hot in New Delhi in the summer, so we all move up into the mountains.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we're staying here for a month? Or should we travel and you can send the documents?
Yes, you can wire me and tell me where you are, and in a month, and I'll send the documents along. They'll come by diplomatic attaché.
Of course. All right. It's worth a try. Off to New Delhi, I suppose.
Yes. See the big cities.
I mean, if we are spending enforced time in India, might as well enjoy the sights.
Yes, of course. Well, very well then. Good day.
Good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So yeah, you can travel. You spend a couple days in Peshawar.
Sure.
Now, is this where the the museum was? I definitely want to spy on that guy.
Okay, I was going to ask everyone to make a POW roll.
Okay.
You were going to, or you are?
Oh
Going
no,
to?
I'm going to request a POW roll.
Hey, we got so much.
I got a hard success.
Okay.
I got
How do I
It's
push it?
worse.
Ultimate.
Ooh, you nicked.
How do you push it?
Is there a way to push it?
Oh,
You can
yeah.
just say no. I could fail it too.
No, how you push it is by drinking heavily.
You know what?
Sorry.
Given
Recent events.
recent events, because Eugene got no closure from that whatsoever.
Nope. It made it worse, maybe.
Okay, heavy drinking.
Okay.
Come on, 100.
What?
I got 100.
Oh! Outstanding!
Does my 05 cancel?
Outstanding. All right, so
Am I at the bar spilling everything to him? Like, there's not even no power roll needed. He's just getting information.
we'll get to you in a second. So you guys made it.
I got a hard stream.
So you have a dream one night in Peshawar.
Helen.
Helen.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 3, part
Yes.
3. Part 7. You have a dream one night in Peshawar of 7 women who are all stabbing Tenzin. And he is trying to... It almost looks like a game of Red Rover. He's trying to get around them. To go... It looks like there's a temple or something that he's trying to get to. And these 7 women are just a wall. And every time he approaches, they stab him.
Okay, so they're not surrounding him. They're just
Yeah, they are keeping him from entering into this area. You have a dream,
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn.
We're just gonna pass that baton down the table.
Now that we're back in studio, I can point.
I know, but the audience people can't tell who you're pointing at.
Gwendolyn, you have a dream of men in dark suits are knock on your door And when you answer, they speak in a language you don't understand. And then they open a bag. And out of that bag comes like a rainbow of light. And that's the dream you have.
So it's a scene from Pulp Fiction.
You have a dream of those damn Buddhas in the museum.
Oh,
Big Buddhas.
Dimitri. More Buddhas for
Are they
Dimitri.
moving again? Is it the same dream or a different one?
Well, so this time you are spying on Mr. Dar. And you keep like going around a corner and that statue is closer than it was. And then you like look around the corner and then you look back and it's, now it's facing you. And just every time it's this stop motion kind of thing as it's sliding slowly close. And you wake up just as the Buddha's behind you. You have a dream where
Eugene.
you are at a bar and you are drinking heavily and Mr. Dar is sitting next to you. And you're having a really nice conversation with him. And he keeps asking all these weird questions. And you answer them semi-evasively. And then he asks about your children. And you just, like a proud father, you just tell him all about your kids. And he just keeps going, yes, very interesting. And, and you wake up and you feel like, you
Did I wake up at the bar table?
No, you wake up in bed, but like you wake up and you feel like worried about your children. There was something threatening about the way he was interested in them.
I have to murder him. That's what you're telling me.
One hears what one hears. And so, you're still in Peshawar. So you want to, like, stake out the...
Yeah.
Okay. You notice that there is a policeman standing at the front of the door. A large Sikh man. But he's wearing a police uniform. And he is, like... he's talking to anyone who tries to go into the museum.
Well, I will approach.
Okay. And he'll say, "Excuse me."
You know what, will I? I'm going to try and sneak around and find a different entrance.
Okay. Make me a spot hidden roll,
I just realized that.
Dimitri.
09. Which is a critical success.
All right. So there is a back door that is open.
I'm gonna sneak inside.
All right. Yeah, you are in what looks like a storage room. There are crates. There's hopefully not too valuable curios of art scattered about. That sort of thing.
I'm not here to pillage. I'm just
Right.
here to.
Not here to pillage.
Are you sure?
I'm here to find out information about Mr. Dar.
All right. And so.
Or actually, now what is going on? Why the policeman is out?
Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a. You got a critical. One of those Buddhas is in this room. You see a statue that looks very familiar. In this storage room.
Don't blink.
I'm gonna try and make friends with it. I'm gonna.
The last statue I talked to is still at our party.
I'm gonna rub its belly.
You're going to what?
You go and you rub the belly of the statue.
Yes.
Aww.
Okay. It remains a statue.
All right. And just I short reverence after.
All right. Okay.
In my mind, that was reverent.
Sure.
Love it.
Good Buddha.
Love it.
You really helped its digestion. That's great. Now it will digest you. Yeah, that's. So are you? You know his office is on the second floor. You've been in it.
I'm just gonna sneak in, try and look into the floor and see, like, if I can see the front door, see why that placement's keeping people.
Okay, make me a stealth roll.
Hey, that's a 99.
Outstanding. Okay. So you are the knight. You like look around, and you see the policeman appears to be letting people in, but first he's like asking them. You know, he's talking with them, and you also see the case where the bowls were has been broken. And well, the glass is gone, you know, and there's like where there's like a hanging, a little sign hanging there. And as you notice that, you turn around and the Buddha statue is behind you, and you go, ah! And go fumbling out the door of the storage room.
Okay. And then I will.
And like, there's a couple of people who are looking around, but they.
Can stand up and just look.
The cop did not make a listen roll.
Huh.
So.
And then just like look over at whatever's in front of me that I'm looking at. It's like,
right,
is it like a drinking fountain? It's very, very nice drinking fountain. So modern.
And the people will. All right, they'll sort of get bored quickly.
And I'm gonna see if there's a sign on the.
All right. Yeah, it says it asks anyone with information on the vandalism of museum property to speak to Officer Raj.
Okay. But the case is gone. Like did we have the case? Did we?
You have the case. You have the case with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the glass is
Actually, you had the case.
Yeah, the case was smashy.
Yeah.
We have the bowls.
You do have the bowls.
Yeah.
But okay. But so I know that we didn't steal the bowls.
You do.
But does it?
It looks like someone else tried to figure out if the bowls were there or something. Something broke this case.
I'm gonna go out the back.
Back in the room with the Buddha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rub its belly.
It's back where it was before.
Okay, good. I'm gonna rub its belly again and be like, you. Hi. Do you come here often?
Are you here for the war?
Oh, man.
I kind of start talking to it.
All right.
I'm just trying to be nice. Trying to be like, is there anything I can do for you? I have dreamed of you.
I've dreamed of it. Well, this just got creepy.
That's a pickup line.
And I was like, there, we can name this I've dreamed.
Do you have any Hindu?
Nope.
All right. A rumbling voice comes out of the statue. I don't know. But the low voice says something in a language you don't understand.
I'm going to try and remember any intonations or any syllables I can.
Okay. Make me an intelligence roll.
Regular success.
Okay, you've got a fairly good idea.
Okay.
Poor Tiana can attest to how hard that is. As I was trying to write down phonetically a Russian word to be able to pronounce it, and it took me many tries.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just kind of. I'm not trying to focus on the phrase. I'm just trying to focus on two important words.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm gonna skedaddle.
Okay, and you go out, yeah, and nobody notices you. Is anybody going to do anything? Are you doing anything in Peshawar? Do you want to murder Mr. Dar?
I mean,
Yes.
want to, but will I?
Is he
Not
a children
today.
of fear,
No,
or
I'm
is
gonna-
he?
I'm gonna warn my kids about him. I mean, like, hey, if you see this guy, this is not. Well, he's the guy that they pointed out. The child would be like, hey, just remember, this guy's no good. I had a horrible dream with him.
Yes. You saw a Tokopaya in your dream, Father?
He was asking me about you.
The Tokopaya knows of our presence?
Depends
depends on if it was just a dream or not, but if it wasn't just a dream, then yes.
Father, there's no such thing as just a dream.
Well, then yes.
Well, you will protect us.
And I got you all sweaters.
All sweaters. Nice.
Well, it's cold.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a good parent.
Yes.
The true tragedy of this story is going to be when something horrible happens to these children.
I just see the torn sweater like, no!
Thought I wasn't allowed to kill any more kids.
They're not children.
Hey, no!
These are constructs.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the rule still stands!
They do not fall under the rules of children.
They're immune to
constructs.
sleep, hold.
So I
Aegea
did.
murder.
I did want to tell Tenzin about the dream that I had about him being stabbed,
Okay.
in case it was something that he could
He'll just
deal
like
with.
it.
It was
Be like,
something
which one of you did it?
He clicks the smiley face.
to see if he could deal with it.
Huh. I was being stabbed?
7 women were all stabbing, and they wouldn't let you get into a temple. Couldn't tell what temple it was, but they kept standing in front of you, and every time you try to get around them, they'd stab you. They were quick and fast.
Well,
Did I realize anything else about what were they Tibetan? Could I tell with any
do you
kind
have any anthropology?
I do.
You can make an anthropology roll.
Sweet. Yes, I got a hard success.
Okay. Yeah, some of their clothing looked Tibetan.
Okay. And so I will tell him what I saw and
Okay.
how that would look like.
Huh. Well,
Just thought you should be warned.
perhaps I am not welcome in my homeland. Well, I'm not concerned because it's one of you that kills me.
I will actually, because Tenzin mentioned using the mirror to do like a protective barrier so things couldn't be seen. I hate doing this, but I'm going to ask him to teach me how to do that so I can keep my children shielded from the Tokopaya.
Okay. Huh. I think, Eugene, that we should have a conversation.
Now I'm questioning how badly I want to know this ritual.
Because
Okay.
the most important facet of any ritual is belief.
In what?
Yes. If faith is the power, much like your train that you explained to me, that the steam turns the wheels. Faith is the steam of a ritual, and it turns the wheels that power the ritual and move us all forward. And if you do not produce the steam, you do not move forward.
Well, that should be easy enough. I mean, seeing is believing, and I've seen a lot.
Believing is believing.
Agree to disagree.
This is not a religious or liturgical question. Part of belief is discernment, knowing why you are doing something. Why would you pull someone out of enlightenment?
That's something of a loaded question. It's like in order to ask that, you'd have to know that the person was enlightened.
You do not trust them at their word?
You'd have to know beforehand.
I have told you.
Why would you pull someone swimming out of the water? Maybe they're swimming, maybe they're flailing around and they're drowning, maybe they're playing around. You have to know. There's no way to know.
Someone swimming in water.
Well, but it's the best I can give, but you know what I mean. You're assuming that I knew beforehand. I didn't know.
Fair enough. You are asking me to teach you rituals that could be dangerous to you and could also be dangerous to others.
Well, I mean, what is the danger of trying to shield us from the Tokopaya?
Done improperly or without the proper steam, these rituals could have wildly divergent effects.
I'm just imagining Eugene hooking up a car battery to the mirror.
I'm waiting for you to start this weird technomancy.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, wow.
I don't think so.
That's how steampunk comes about.
I can power a train on this mirror.
I will teach you what you wish to know. It's not my place to say what you should and shouldn't do. But I do think that you should be more forthcoming with your traveling companions about your actions.
Noted.
And he will spend a couple days doing a deep dive.
I will also say that if you are truly uncomfortable with teaching this to me, if you wanted to do it yourself, as long as we're protected here. The Tokopaya visited me in my dream.
What you wish to protect, I have no interest in protecting.
He doesn't know how far my want to protect extends. That jerk.
Does he not?
Dimitri's in the room too.
It is. I will give you any tools you feel you need. I hope that they are only used upon reflection and
I will do my best to be judicious in this and their use.
very well. Yeah, and he actually pulls out your scroll. Alarmingly to you, he just pulls it out.
The scroll or the book?
The scroll. Oh no, the book. Yeah, sorry. He pulls out the book, and he just reaches in the bag and pulls out the book, and he starts to show you a couple sections of the book that talk about the blind spots of the Tokopaya, and how. So essentially, this ritual will remove fear from the targets. Because the children of fear sense fear.
Interesting. I don't know, those kids are ballsy enough. This could backfire.
We all get no fear t-shirts.
Yes.
In a jagged print.
Oh, get at us, Ed Hardy.
So something I'm a little curious about is from this, he was steering me away from stuff before. I'm getting the feeling that it's not the same thing and that there's more layers to this than I had originally suspected. So, okay, that's a little disconcerting.
And he'll tell you this ritual would be greatly aided by the playing of the drum and horn. But the players would probably have some questions for you.
Well, before I do it, I'd have to consider a number of things first. Again, our agreement.
Of course. I'm only sad that I don't think you're the one who's going to kill me.
Yeah. Probably not.
All right, anybody else doing anything in Peshawar?
I am running to Helen
Okay.
after the museum to blurt out 2 words.
All
Be
right.
like, what does this mean? And then I'd...
Make me a Hindu roll.
Yep, hard success.
All right, hard success. 1 is the word little,
Okay.
and 1 is the word for protect.
And then which way was it? Protect little or little protect?
He's not sure.
Okay,
He just got 2 words.
got it.
This was told to me by a Buddha statue that had moved into me, and I was rubbing its belly.
This was during your dream?
I had this similar dream, but no, I snuck into the museum to sneak up on Mr. Dar. But I think that I was caught. And
By the Buddha.
so in my dream, the Buddhas moved, and it happened in real life. It's,
Wait, you're in the museum and nobody else saw this Buddha move?
I was in the museum, in a storage room.
Oh, in a storage room. And there was a Buddha in the storage room?
Yes, and I saw the Buddha, and I rubbed his belly for good luck. And then I went to sneak out, and I cracked open the door, and it was right behind me.
Oh my. And then that's when it said to you?
No. I went out in the thing, saw that somebody had tried to break open and steal where the bowls used to be. But obviously the bowls were not there.
Right.
And then I snuck back in, and then I told the Buddha nice things.
I told the Buddha
Nice things. I like that. And that's when you got the words.
Yes, the deep voice. I could only imagine it came from the Buddha. It's, it obviously has no... It is a statue.
Right. Wow. Something must be in the statue that would make voices.
We need to rescue whoever is inside the Buddha.
Ooh. I wonder if Tenzin has a ritual for that.
I don't know. I don't think it was someone, unless it was a lama inside the Buddha, a Buddha inside the Buddha.
So Buddha's all the way down. Buddha's all the way
Means
down.
you're not in Russia anymore.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Nesting dolls aren't really a thing outside.
No, I think. Obviously,
yes,
a newer
yes.
discovery is that they think that some of the Buddha statues have llamas in them.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was some entombing going on.
Yes.
Oh.
But it worked with the Russian thing too.
Yeah.
So good.
So, no, I don't want to damage or hurt the Buddha. Anyway, thank you.
Yes.
Millions of Buddhists are happy to hear that.
Little and protect.
Protect, little protect. Yes.
Well,
Somebody's like, you know who I hate? Buddha. Gonna kill that. Like, there's a guy.
Thank you. I'm not alone.
There's a guy in Chinatown in San Francisco who he sits on the corner. I don't know, I haven't, been in years because, the world's a hellscape, but he had a sign that was complaining, like he was bitching about the Dalai Lama. And I was like, who hates the Dalai Lama? Like the one, and he apparently the Dalai Lama is a slave lord or something like that, all this stuff. The Chinese and the Tibetans have a complicated relationship. But I was just like, I always loved him. Like, this guy really has it in for the Dalai Lama. Wow. Same with Buddha. You've got it in for Buddha.
Yeah. And so, protect and little. Eugene's metal children
First you're hearing of this.
Yes, Eugene's metal children?
Yes.
Well, I know he's engineer guy, but
Yes.
he has. What did he make little things?
Yeah, and they knock on the window, and then I have to
What?
open,
Wait,
I have to open up the
wait.
window so that they can come in and go in their little tiny bed.
Wait.
He
He made
them.
toys that knock on the window? Did he put them up in the window, you knock them over?
Oh no, these are alive, I guess.
Squirrel's out of the bag now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Make a psychology roll.
yes, okay. Not that I
First,
have-
just smell Dimitri's breath.
Nah.
All right.
I'm too much. It's
No, he's like, what is he talking about?
Right,
This is
right,
all
right.
like crazy
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah,
like,
um,
so is it middle of day? Is it night? When are we talking?
Midday.
Oh, okay, so I was gonna say maybe you just let's go
Late
down to
afternoon.
the bar.
'Cause he went to the,
Let's go down to the bar and
mean-
you know.
oh, I've already been.
I am actually interested. Maybe I should ask Eugene. I mean, I don't know if it. I should go ask him. If he wants me
Well,
to
what-
protect the little ones, or I need protection from the little ones. I mean, we sleep in the same room. They break the mirrors for me,
Well,
so.
what? Wait. They broke the. We have to
Oh.
pay for the mirrors if they break them.
I did ask them to cover them, but they have their own way of doing things. Rip Dagger.
Okay, he says that out loud. I hear, and I'm kind of like, okay, he must have had a little bit too much of the vodka. So I'm gonna say, yeah. Why don't you go talk to Eugene? I'll see you at dinner.
Yes. Huh. Thank you for the help with translating.
Oh.
That is very.
No problem. Anytime.
It's very helpful.
Anytime.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna go see Eugene.
Okay.
My babies are in danger!
The Buddha said, "Protect little," but I don't know if it was. I need protection from little, or I should protect little.
No, the Tokopaya know. They know about them. We should
So I need to protect from the Tokopaya.
No,
Did I hear any word that might have been Tokopaya?
Nope.
Okay.
No, my children need protection. The little ones need protection. We should go talk to the Buddha.
Oh, you almost got him. You almost got him. Oh.
What's so funny about that?
It's at the museum.
Not a sentence you hear every day. Just, you know.
That was an excellent almost spit take there.
That was awesome.
I mean, geez, should I bring...
No,
Delivery also.
Do I know the ritual at this point? Or is this...
You're still learning it.
Still learning.
It is. I mean, the Buddha was at the museum, where Mr. Dar is the children of fear. Is child of fear.
You saw him there?
No, we saw him there when we first
Right,
arrived.
first. We don't know if he's still there.
Do we know if? Do we
Should
know?
well,
Hold on. Do we know if Mr. Dar is a child of fear, or if he is possessed by a child of fear and is not always a child of fear?
I mean, I would say both.
Well, I mean, if we
Well, that's the safest.
if we kill him, are we killing a man, or are we killing a child of fear?
You can't kill children.
Sorry, YouTube.
I don't know.
Should we take the children to see the Buddha?
I don't.
I mean,
Do you think that puts them in harm's way?
they're pretty good at being discreet.
Do you speak Hindustani?
A little bit.
Do we bring Helen, who speaks it well?
I mean,
She did not believe you had children. She suggested I go to the bar, or back to the bar.
For the podcast people, Nick had the greatest sideways mouth twist expression.
I mean, if you
3 can only keep a secret if one of them's dead.
Oh.
okay, well that's my Hindi isn't very good, and if you already told her, It's a matter of time before they crawl in through our window. That's just...
It's a matter of time before they crawl in through her window.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's just, wow.
Okay, I'll go bring the children over. You go get her and bring her over.
So it's probably the museum is going to be closed, which may, be fine with y'all, but it's getting towards almost evening.
Yes, we have to hurry.
Okay. I will run back.
All right?
Helen!
Yes.
Eugene and I are taking the children to the Buddha, but we don't speak very good Hindu. Can you join us?
It'll be closed now.
We are going to hurry.
Do I get to meet these children before we go?
Oh, they're already on the way.
I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, let me see Eugene and let me talk to him.
I think you already left.
He's already
right?
left for the.
Yeah, you know. I think you know he's grabbed
Okay.
the kids and he's on his way.
They have already left. They are on their way.
He looks like a fat guy right
Where,
now.
where is Gwen?
She's down at the bar.
So no,
The restaurant. I'm getting dinner and wondering where.
Because she's the only one that eats, and
Where the hell everyone else is.
because I was going to go down and meet Gwendolyn for dinner. But okay, so you're saying Eugene is already gone. Let's get a couple things from your room to make sure that we have dark clothing and things.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if Eugene's there or not. That's
nope,
basically
he is
it.
not in the room.
And okay, so
I do point out the
Yeah.
small little.
There's no mirror in the room.
There's
But there
no
is like a weird pile of, there's a little bit of sawdust on the dresser.
and there's this little bed lit next to.
Yeah.
You guys have been keeping lots of secrets. I thought we were a team.
Eugene is his own team.
You guys are wasting precious break into museum time.
I think we need to get Gwen and
Don't say Tenzin.
well, he knows how to speak. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yes. Let us go.
All right. I gotta see what's going on. Let's go.
I'm gonna go down to the.
All right, yeah,
restaurant
you two
and
both
get
go down to the
Gwen.
restaurant.
Yeah.
I look at the two of them. Oh,
She's
finally.
enjoying a little salad to start things off.
I've put some money on the table. We must go.
Where are we going?
We'll tell you outside.
Make a psychology roll.
29, regular success.
All right, they're probably not going to kill you,
Probably.
but like, there's some,
This is super sauce.
yeah. You have, like, they're giving you the we're in trouble vibe.
Do I need to go back up to my room and get anything?
No, we brought down dark clothing.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Just
inside.
change on the way.
Nope, I'm going to require a little bit more explanation
All right.
than that.
And I look around. Is there a lot of people in here? Or is
No.
there- yeah. Okay, good.
Explain.
So, I snuck into the museum.
The museum that the bowls came from, that the
Yes.
Child of Fear runs as a curator.
Yes. And,
Cool.
And the Buddha statue that zoomed around the room just like in my dreams. Happened in real life. Told me I need to protect Little. And the only Little I know, brace yourself, are Eugene's 4 children. They are metal constructs.
I saw their bed.
They are alive.
Keep.
They are already going to the museum to see if the Buddha will tell them the rest of what he told me. I hope he rubs its belly, because I think that is the key.
Oh, you left that out.
No, he mentioned that
He's
you
told
several
everyone
times.
else that he rubbed the belly.
He did
No.
mention that to you several times.
he did say that he read the
I don't think he said it to you. I think he
I
said it
don't
to everyone else.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
At this point, have I broken into the museum yet?
We'll get to you.
Oh, they're taking a long time.
I am afraid.
You could just stop that sentence right there.
Gwendolyn, Eugene already went, so I think we need to get him.
What do you need me for? I don't break into museums. I break into places to get things for museums.
All right, so.
That's my job.
All right, but then we needed you just to know. We need to know because I'm going to go. You can stay if you want, so you can bust us out of the.
That's very likely what's going to happen.
Well, we gotta go get you.
Just get us bail. That's all.
Right, okay, so remembering the museum, was there any like restaurants or cafes near there that I could go and like sit at an outside table and watch?
Make me a luck roll.
That was like downtown, like right across from the train station.
Let's see if there's one in sight.
78.
So there is the train station.
Uh-huh.
So you could, you could sit at the train station for a while.
Okay.
And that has an okay view of the front door.
Uh-huh.
But there's not a restaurant that has a good view of the museum.
Okay. All right, give me a moment. I'm going to go up to my room and I'm going to get a book and I'm going to go and sit at the train station so at the very least I can be nearby when all of the alarms start going off.
Okay, and I'm gonna go to the bar and fortify.
Helen, you might not want to do that.
No, this is just in case.
Break open flask in case of what? Precisely.
Murder babies.
I already know about those.
No, just, I'll fortify.
Far be it from me to criticize another academic's alcoholic habits.
All right.
And I'll go get a book, come back down, dressed like a lady sitting at a train station
I
waiting
think
for
that
something.
we've left already. After she fills up the alcohol, we.
All right, so they're already gone.
Ow.
So we sort of close with this montage of 3 traveling groups.
I just want to say right now, like, I've got them closed finally. So, like, can I go there? I don't have to put them in. Can I have them holding hands, holding my hand, and we walk there just like...
They're very small.
How
They're
tall are
like
these?
2 feet tall.
Yeah, I've seen people with really small kids before. It is weird, but it happens.
Yeah, they're kind of they don't move as fast as you.
Yeah, well...
Well, actually, they move as fast as you. Yeah. So we have So, I mean, sure, you have little.
We're going to the museum.
You have like little suits on them.
How far do you have to bend down to grab one of their hands?
It reaches up, but yeah, he's leaning down.
Yeah.
That's why you two are going to catch up to him.
I'm hunched with the cane. I'm going older and older.
Oh, they're your grandkids.
And so yeah, we close with this montage of, I kind of see like almost like the 60s movie that had the like people going this way and then that with 3 bars moving, and like this one is like the silhouette of Eugene and his 4 children kind of going across the thing this way, and then we have Helen and Dimitri moving along in a bar in one of the bars, and then last but not least, moving in a very circumspect manner is Gwendolyn, sort of with the book, kind of just like. And we will find out. We're finally getting the museum heist that I didn't get last time. Except they're not stealing anything. Weirdly,
We're just rubbing...
we just want to talk to a Buddha. So that's going to do it for this episode of Quests and Cthulhu. Thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes. Hey, podcast listeners, if you are listening to this on a podcast service that does reviews, why don't you give us a review for Quests and Chaos for our Call of Cthulhu game? We've got one on Amazon, weirdly, a nice review.
Cool.
And YouTube, thank you for your comments, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And everybody, get in our Discord. Our Discord is an awesome place with all sorts of neat things happening. Just a little quick note about our schedule. As I said, things are a little in flux. So Natural One, easy for me to say, is going to be off for the next few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, because of scheduling conflicts, because people are in plays, or people are having work things they have to do in the evening. And so unfortunately, Nat 1 is going to be off. But there are plans here and there for some Monday weirdness that will go on. That'll be that'll be an exciting surprise for you to look forward to. But keep an eye on our channel on Mondays. Not next Monday because that's a holiday.
Yes.
But
Right.
after that, keep an eye out. Maybe something fun is going to pop up there. Tuesday, Chaos Agents, they are back here, and apparently there's going to be a dragon in the dungeon.
There won't. That was just being a.
Oh man!
We are tapped.
Well, I'm not watching.
There will be dungeon things in there.
There will be dungeon.
You know what? It's not a dungeon. It's a cavern.
There you go.
It's a natural.
there-
All my expectations
Yeah,
are just
geez.
being
Just
shattered.
shattered all
Yes,
over the floor
I know.
here.
Not
Look,
in a
why
good
would you
way.
watch that then? Is my I don't.
Come on.
The question is, does it connect to the Underdark?
I'm hoping for a path out, to be perfectly honest.
Doesn't everything connect to the Underdark?
Depends.
I feel like that door.
Yes. That door,
Eventually.
that door connects to a TARDIS because I've seen those shelves. They are way bigger on the inside.
It's pretty amazing. And then Wednesday, the redacted reports continue their interregnum before they start up the season. And we're back here Saturday because none of us have anywhere else to go. It's a sad statement on all of our lives. Let's see, our quotes from this session. Excuse me. He's got femur to spare. That was actually that was a pre-show. No one gives a flux. Stereotypical grip of death. Eugene can't dance. Worst birthday ever. Don't make a sand roll at my kids. That's currently I like that one. I also really like I'm not here to pillage. I told the Buddha nice things. Eugene's Metal Children is almost too good a title for the episode.
And we kind of have to do that, though. I love Eugene, that one.
That can be the title of part 2.
There you go. There you go.
Eugene is his own team, and you guys are wasting precious break into museum time.
A little bit long, but I like that one.
I'm leaning towards don't make a sand roll at my kids.
Yeah, I
Now,
think
on
that
the
needs to be a
flux. You gotta
statement.
do the
That's a new
flux.
rule.
I mean, plus, it might get some weird search engine action with Cthulhu going on.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
Flux
true.
is a game.
Yeah, there we go. So the ritual was successful. They've got cool instruments. Did you bring the instruments on this heist?
Oh, God.
No.
I would.
No.
Yes, I did. I broke into the rooms. And,
No.
All right.
No, I wouldn't think of bringing the horn with this. It's not ritual.
I think that I always carry the drum on me just because we almost got the bowls stolen from us when they weren't on someone's person. And after everything that we went through, I think I just always have.
It doesn't smell great.
Well, nothing smells great. So, but it's about yay big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about
a foot.
It's about the
Foot,
size of
yeah.
a metal child.
Well, then I can haul it around in a bag just fine.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for all the bits tonight. We got showered in them. It was awesome. And don't forget, Patreons. We've got one more show Tuesday. Will be the last show of the month.
Yep.
To get that, what's our upkeep at now?
82%.
82%. Oh man.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it right now.
That jumped 6 points over the show.
If we don't make it this month, but we make it by like over 100 next month, then maybe the Duchess will come. I'm just gonna keep holding this out until hopefully I never have to bring the Duchess back.
we would have made it had we had the last 2 shows.
Yeah,
Right.
And if wishes were horses, beggars would ride.
Quite.
But there you go. All right. Goodbye, internet friends.